Hi everyone, this is Killshot from 99 Gaming. This is The Walking Dead Season 8 Spoiler Chat Live, also known as our Wednesday Walker edition. Hopefully you guys are having a wonderful week, and we had a day off from our random things, some pretty interesting chat. And I do have to tell you, there's a few spoilers starting to creep in. We're going to talk about some of those today. A little bit of marketing drama that we're going to talk about. And it's going to be back to some more of our speculation. So hopefully you guys are ramped up and raring to go. Do also want to make an announcement to some of the Patreon supporters out there. We are working on some outtakes that will be exclusively on the Patreon site. Just a lot of mistakes. You know, when you do enough videos, I think at this point I've done probably 3,000 videos, quite a bit. There are definitely some outtakes floating around, and I'm going to piece together some of my biggest fails, biggest mistakes, and show them to you guys. Some of them I published. I mean, I'm not afraid to publish a fail every once in a while, but you'd be surprised the amount of times that you have to do some of these comic book reads. It will blow you away. So hopefully you guys, let's see, we got some people streaming in right now. Okay, here we go. It just updated a second ago. I just want to say what's up to everybody. Sin Miller, Gabrielle. How you like that, Sin Miller? Gene Atkins, Maria Verdugo, a.k.a. B-Vomit. We have not seen you in at least a couple streams. Did I see Atomic B? I love me some Atomic B. Got to get me my Atomic B back. How is the kayaking going with you, Atomic B? Hopefully much better than before. Kathy Joe, good to see you. Carmen Trance, Moody Girl, 43 Hockey Man. If you guys, anybody that is new, if this is your first stream with us, just throw a 999 up in chat for us real quick so we can just give you a special welcome and say hello. It is... I'm not completely under the weather, but it is almost Memorial Day, and it is still like in the 50s. This is unbelievable. I can't even imagine a scenario where I'm going to go to the pool on Monday. Just not going to happen at this current rate. It's going to be like, I don't know, hopefully it gets warmer between now and then. But it's going to take a miracle, I think, over the next few days. Denise Hopkins, thanks for being here. Weird Walking Dead Theories. It's okay. Hey, it's the thought that counts. As long as you're here. Shandy D, a.k.a. Little Michonne. I'm just going to call him Father Gabe. I got some flack for calling him Gabrielle. Whatever. Arkham Knight. Oh, come on. I know. 43 Hockey Man. The reason I said I did notice that looks new. Daniel Villanueva. Thank you for being here. Grimes Girl, you're not new. But thank you to all the new people. Just tell you guys a little bit about what's going on and how these streams work. So if there's something that you don't want included in the video, don't type it, because if it is streaming along the side, I am liable to say, hey, Emmy Desiree Bacon says Killshot is a nut job or something along those lines. So if, now everybody's going to do it. I shouldn't even opened up that can of worms. But you get the point. If you do say something, it is... it could potentially be included in a video. If you guys could all slap the like button. About half the people in this room have hit the like button. It'd be great if all of you would slap the like button. And also, once this stream stops, about 10, 15 minutes later, it will go live for everybody to see. Those are the people that are working. People can get a chance to join in. And your comments do help with that. So leave some of the comments that either your question got answered or didn't get answered. And real quick, we do random things on Monday night, just random topics, some Walking Dead topics. We do the Wednesday Walkers. We also do Sunday morning Chill with Kills video game streaming, and also Sunday night spoilers as well. So, thanks. Whew, that's a little bit of all the stuff. So what I'm going to do is, I'm not going to blow you away with a bunch of fancy graphics. We're going to talk. This is a podcast. This is talk radio. I am going to talk about a few rumors that are out there, a little bit of speculation, and then a little bit of confirmation. And if you guys have heard some stuff, then leave that as well. But the you're funny, Emmy. You guys will definitely see that the information is very light. I think filming was a little light, you know, as they're getting closer and closer to the holiday. So as you can see, well, you can't see now, but the thumbnail that I put up there, the location, and tying this into Shiva, it looks like some of our speculation is getting closer and closer to being correct. What I will say in reading from what some of the producers are saying about episode number 100, which is episode number 1 for season 8, I don't know that Shiva's going to die. I don't want to totally backtrack on my prediction. Shiva will die. Let's get this straight. But I might have to push that back to episode number 2 or maybe even 3 based on what some of the producers are saying right now. Because what they're talking about is episode number 100 is going to be so high energy, and they're hyping it up because of all the sadness and all the depression with last year. It seems like they're steering away from death, unless it's going to be somebody we really, really don't like. I feel like killing Shiva would be memorable, but from what some of the producers are saying, it may not be likely. So I don't have confirmation on that yet. I'm not completely backtracking. I'm just saying we're going to open up the possibility that the opinion could change. How about that? So I'll get a few of your thoughts, and yeah, I don't think it's about the cost of the CGI, but definitely it is. It's about the plot and the storyline. So Shiva is going to die. Let's not make a mistake that they're not going to keep her around the whole season. Yeah, Arkham Knight says kill Jared, heavy metal guy. I don't think that's going to happen. I think I've got a feeling Jared is going to become a bigger piece of the Saviors. I mean, Shiva was only around in a few issues in the comic. So they could definitely write her off and not get too much flack. I don't think we have to be overly attached to the character at this point. But we're still saying could be lesser characters. But I know we're saying people that we don't like. But because of the drama with Gavin, I do think that there's a story to be had with Jared. I got a feeling Jared is going to rise through the ranks of the Saviors. He's that person that we just don't like. Just got that constant attitude, and keeping him around would infuriate some people. Yeah, so Vonda says, I would absolutely love no deaths for the premiere. So sick of everyone thinking a sad death is needed. Yeah, I don't know a sad death is needed, Vonda, but I do think that something memorable to talk about, and hype and excitement is good when you're getting there, but when you get to the end of the season and you say, well, what did you remember most? You're probably not going to say, well, they sure as hell did kill a lot of walkers in episode number 1, and there was a lot of energy and a lot of hype. That's not what was memorable. So let me throw this out there and ask this question. So in season 7, what is the most memorable part to you of season 7? What is still stuck in your mind right now from last season? Let's open that up and see what you think. I'm going to read a few of the comments. Because I want to, and I know Vonda's speaking on personal preference, which, you know, definitely, I have no problem with that. But I just want to kind of lay a little bit of the ground, some of the, not ground rules. I just want to sort of dispute it a little bit. Give you a couple examples. You guys don't know where I'm going with this yet, but I know where I'm going with it. That's all that matters. I'll get back to it. We'll go full circle. I'll get you there. Just buckle up. Get in the car. All right, so Clemson fan says episode 1. Hockey Man says Glenn's death. Carmen Trant says Sasha. Weird Walking Dead Theory says Abraham being gone. Eric Calburn says the sexcation. The emotional torture throughout the episode, that's Lindsay Luke. Really? Okay, 4 people have said Shiva. Backtrack, scratch this, come on. Of all the things that you witnessed in episode and the whole season, the Shiva attack is what stood out. Really? As hyped up as that was, I'm going to pull Abraham. I'm calling bullshit right now. I just got to quote Abraham. Glenn's death, Glenn and Abraham. Glenn and Abraham. If Shiva was the highlight of your season, whew, some of you are going to be awfully crushed when Shiva dies. You're telling me you're going to mourn Shiva more than you mourned Glenn and Abraham? That, Walking Dead fans, is disrespectful to Glenn and Abraham. Show them some love. Not even Sasha. Not even little Benjamin. Benjamin getting shot and put up at the table. Not even a scene between Daryl and Carol. None of that is just, all that's just completely taking a back seat to Shiva jumping over. Yeah, okay. Anyway, how about, to those of you who, Negan's speech, that wasn't memorable, more memorable? I got to be honest. If you said, maybe it's because it's fresh in your mind because it happened at the very end, right? Episode 16. Negan walking out of that RV and his speech, that didn't stick in your mind, eeny, meeny, miny, mo? Okay. You see where I'm going with that. But with all that being said, I don't think one person mentioned. Oh, there you go. I finally. You know what, Tommy? I was just going down that avenue. I swear to God, when you just typed that, the hug between Rick and Daryl. So one person mentions that. Some people are mentioning Mark getting the iron. All the violence. But the hug between Rick and Daryl, right? That was memorable, and that was a feel-good moment. Something to talk about. So the majority of people here remember the death. They remember the gruesomeness, even though they don't like it. They don't like the Negan situation. So I guess my point is, once we get to the end of the season, what are you going to remember? You're going to remember Negan getting locked up. Nobody mentioned Cindy. Nobody mentioned the Oceanside. Not anybody mentioned the Scavengers. So all these minor events that happen, they just, I don't know. They don't seem to make groundbreaking episodes. So the more we talk about it, now people are starting to realize, okay, maybe back and forth. So look how many people have changed their mind. So we started talking about Shiva attacking, and now some people are going back and saying, oh yeah, the bro hug was, it was pretty memorable. I do remember that. So there's a lot of things, major things. But did anybody type Rick and Michonne killing walkers at the fair? Anybody type that? If you did, let me see it. Just waiting on a few comments here. I'm sticking with Abraham being gone. I too thought the season premiere was just unbelievably well, they did. Somebody mentioned that part of it. But specifically, the walker scene. So out of all the people here, one or two people mentioned killing the walkers. So I think that's kind of what you're going to have happen. You're going to have a lot of action. You're going to have this highway. I'm not saying it's going to be bad. I'm just saying that by the time we get to the end of the season, I don't think it's going to be something that I go back on. If they're doing it the way we think they're going to do it, I'm going to go back and say that was one of the best episodes of all time. And I can definitely tell you what, 701 was emotionally draining. Okay, let's move beyond let's move beyond just singular events. Fat Joey dying, Mark with the iron. Of all the Walking Dead episodes, which one comes to mind as one of the most memorable for you? Not, in fact, if you remember the Bro Hug episode, then type it up there. Don't just go Google it just to kind of make your point. Just be honest with yourself. So of all the episodes out there, give me a season and an episode that was one of your most memorable. Obviously, season 1, episode 1 is going to be pretty memorable. And we'll debate that a little bit, and then we'll get into some of the, you'll see the direction this is going. Now, if you throw up a random episode at like 5:07 or something, you're probably going to have to give me some hints if you remember what it was. The Lori death. Yeah. Herschel's death. I don't know what season, what episode they were. So, I mean, one thing that we can see is there's definitely a lot of different opinions and a lot of different flavors of what we appreciate with The Walking Dead. So that's what's going to be so hard about episode number 100. Now, I will tell you from a hype standpoint, there has never been more hype leading up to an episode than 7-1. I can personally tell you that. I can personally tell you from the comments, the people that started commentating on The Walking Dead, you can take all those other episodes and combine them, and all those views, all those topics, all those conversations would not even make a dent in how much hype there was at the cliffhanger at the end of last season, or the end of season 6 and the beginning of season 7. So, just an FYI. It definitely left an impact. Okay, we're in transition a little bit because I think we've got a pretty good basis set, and the basis is what's going to happen when we get to episode number 100. And they're talking about things moving faster, a lot more walker scenes. So we do know there is evidently this epic chase that happens, and Morgan does have his bloody stick. So we don't know if it's walker blood or if it's savior blood, if they're going to spare some of the saviors, how violent they're really going to be. And when the producers hype it up a little bit, usually the producers are on the side of Team Rick, because that's what they know most of the fans want to see. And they may be afraid to get out of the gates and just kill somebody, or to kill Shiva. But I do think it's going to happen relatively quickly. So let's set that up. So let's say that Shiva does not die in episode number 1. If you saw the thumbnail that I had posted on this video, that is a spoiler shot that's out there, and it looks to either be part of the kingdom or another area of the kingdom, because it has a school bus, and the kingdom specifically has these school buses scattered throughout. Either they're there, they're using them, they're driving them, but it is in kind of an awkward location. The fence does look a little bit, so it could be kind of the back of where they're filming for the kingdom. And the reason I think this is important, the filming is going on at the kingdom, is because we speculated that Ezekiel might be taking a little too much time on his way back from Alexandria. And if Ezekiel, let's say it plays out like this. Ezekiel, the group, they go to help Rick. You know, they only took a handful of people. So Negan gets back, we saw the speech. If Ezekiel gets back to the kingdom and lets them know, hey, guys, we're going to war, then the people are going to be prepared. If Ezekiel lollygags around, hits a couple outposts, takes care of a few saviors, and that message doesn't get back to the kingdom, they're going to be left high and dry. And I could see that happen. I can see the kingdom actually fall. And I just got a feeling it's going to be the person that we love to hate. I think Jared's going to be involved in that. I don't know what Gavin's role is going to be, but I just get a feeling that Jared's going to exact some revenge actually on Gavin, and he's going to take over leading that group. So go ahead and toss your thoughts and comments up to that spoiler speculation we got going on. So Ezekiel, slow to get back. The kingdom is going to run into some problems. And I think the kingdom, if they were if they were warned, I think they could take care of themselves to a certain degree. But I think the real way to get to the kingdom is to catch them off guard before Ezekiel gets a chance to notify him. And imagine that as a leader. Imagine thinking you're doing the right thing to take down some of Negan's people, but you lose some of your own people because you didn't notify them in time. Shanny, I don't know. It's been speculated that the way Gavin treats him, that he could be his dad. It's a fair question. We don't know. He could just be somebody that Gavin's just a veteran, and he wants things to be peaceful. All right, so Arkham Knight, and that's the direction I was going with that. So Arkham Knight says, I think Jared might kill Gavin and take over. Lindsay Luke, kills. Do you think the producers and writers will make us, the viewers, like Jared? Maybe. I don't. I will say with Jared, Lindsay, it's going to be very, very hard. To me, that would be the equivalent of liking a rot or liking... Dwight is different, if I use Dwight as an example, because Dwight just never came across to me as ruthless. You always knew there was a little bit more to Dwight, but a rot, the Polaroid guy, Dirty Davy, all those, they just come with so much baggage. I don't think the producers can manipulate me enough to make me like Jared. Leave that comment for the group. Do you think it's possible at this point for you, the viewers watching right now, to like Jared? Leave your thoughts and comments below. Yeah, 8C, it is always shocking with the comic, but as we know and history has told us, the comic book takes very drastic turns, and the comic book can only be used as a guide from time to time. It's by no means, it's a blueprint, but there's so many things different that I've even seen through the first 63 issues that it's really hard to draw that comparison. So Hockey Man, if you say maybe, leave something in your comments that would make you like Jared. Just something randomly. Yeah, Vonda, I'm not disagreeing with the actors. I would imagine all these actors are some of the nicest people in the world. I don't hold any, grudge against Jared or Rod or any of those. I mean, they're professionals like everybody else. And the more I hate them, the more I probably like them in real life because I just think they do an amazing job. Yeah, even Dwight getting the doctor killed didn't bother me at all. I felt like the doctor deserved it somehow. So just remember, as we get further in the season, that we did discuss this. I'm going to say this over and over again. There's going to be a lot of things we're wrong about, but I could definitely see. Imagine if Jared, Gavin, the writers have planted the seed that Gavin has a soft spot. I mean, he even got that look on his face, when he found out, like, how's the kid doing? And they were quiet, and he's like, oh, he's dead. And you could see Gavin really wanted to show that weakness and show that sympathy, but he couldn't all the way because he knew, he had some of the people with him. Came back for that one melon. But because the writers have sort of allowed us to forgive Gavin to a certain degree, if Jared rose up against Gavin and killed him, it would make us hate Jared even more. Yeah, and see, the writers kind of played on us, right? I see a couple comments here. Liz Nelson says, I agree about the doc. There was something about the doc. We didn't get the whole story, but when we saw Harlan, he wasn't surprised. What did my brother do this time? He already knew. So if there was some closure needed of Dwight got the doctor killed, it's fine because the doctor's own brother didn't like him. So you knew there was something going on with that. And Clemson fan says, I like Gavin. He's one of the two saviors I like. So yeah, if you like him and somebody guns him down, then you're going to hate the person that guns him down a little bit more. And we've already seen that. He's kind of picking on, maybe picking on is the wrong word, like, you walk home. He's definitely showing his authority. Vonda, there you go. I love the comments. I keep calling on Vonda. Tobin McLeod, I don't know how we could hate Jared more. Well, it's one of those, Tobin, where you can hate him more because something will spark that. I mean, we already have a certain animosity toward him, but we need to see it again because it's been a whole season, right? So I think seeing that would hype it back up, ramp it back up a little bit. What's up, Grimes girl? We love you all too. Team Gavin. Dark Angels are... She's starting Team Gavin. If Gavin dies, we riot. Eric says Gavin loses his cool too quick. Well, it's because he did say that he took that job because he didn't want stress. Lindsay, I don't think... Lindsay says to make us hate Eugene more, he would kidnap Judith, a theory. I don't think it can happen that way. First of all, Eugene ain't coming near Alexandria. They're not going to trust him. Number two, Eugene is not stealthy. So even if the storyline was kind of cool for that to happen that way, I just don't see logistically how it could happen. It's going to have to be somebody who's either trusted or it's going to have to be one of those scavengers that kind of sneaks in. You know how they can sneak in the boots, took Father Gabe prisoner, something like that. Eugene's going to stay, in my opinion, as far away from Alexandria as possible. The next big thing for Eugene is some interaction with some of Negan's wives, and also I think Negan's going to pin him down. He's going to say, I know, I'm on to you, but I'm going to spare you. Hey, Jamie Taylor, who is Morales? Do me a favor. Can you just type like 2 paragraphs and just tell me everything that you know about Morales? I'm really, really curious to know. Since you're going to keep typing that over and over again. Yeah, just give me the history. Give me Morales' real name. Give me the last episode he was in. Just all the details. Just type it in a really, really long paragraph. So we can probably ignore that. Kentucky Pricer, Eugene can't do anything but stand around and eat pickles. What's up, Sharon Doble? I just gave my one semi-frustrated Morales response. It's like, it's the same question every stream. Our Grimes 12 has been subbed for 2 years. Welcome. You know what? I must be doing something right if you've been here for 2 years. So, appreciate that. Jadis is going to have an epic death at some point. Don't try to write her off early on. It's going to be something. Look, she's already made a move on Rick. She's already shot Rick. She's got to die slow. I know, Shanny. I was just being extremely facetious there. I know who Morales is. It was just a token acknowledgement of the people. Yeah, I know. Please stop typing Morales answers. I was just trolling you, man. Don't worry about it. What's up, Eagle Eye Cherry Pie? Good to see you as well too. Yeah, I got a feeling it will be Michonne that will take out Jadis. That's J Will 1000. Yep. Lindsay Luke feels the same way. So a lot of people do think it's going to be Michonne that takes Jadis down. So let's not, if that's going to happen, it's going to be like a build-up. It's going to be like a Spencer death. It's going to be something that we kind of, in the back of our minds, we know it's going to happen, but they're going to have to hype it up really, really good. So Arkham Knight says, Jadis might become the leader of the Whispers. I don't know. It's too early for me to make that assessment. I do think the Scavengers will be involved with the Whispers somehow. I don't know if they're going to lead the Whispers. I can definitely see a connection, or they got nowhere to go, or they run into them, or something along those lines. I do think there's going to be some hidden clues with the Whispers, though, in Season 8. Yeah, a lot of people. Sin Miller, same thing. Michonne beating down Jade is going to be epic. So yeah, think about that course of events. Like, you know how epic it was when the group was at Terminus and getting ready to get hit with the bat, and Carol saves the day. Kind of like that epic. Or when you knew Spencer was going to make a deal and something was going to happen, like that epic. That's the way the Jadis Michonne interaction needs to be. A little bit of payback. All right, so a couple things. We have heard rumors that confirming, actually they're not rumors, they are confirmed. It was a rumor about a week and a half ago when they said Michonne was spotted, but we are hearing that she has been seen filming again, so it's good to go. Not that we think anything's going to happen to Michonne this season, and definitely not early in the season. I don't know if you guys have seen the promo. So a little bit of controversy with that. Let me talk about it a little bit, and then I'll get back to some of your questions. So Game of Thrones has a promo, and in their promo they have the green-eyed person, and now the new Walking Dead promo poster has a lighter-skinned walker with blue eyes. So we got the Game of Thrones blue-eyed person, and then we got a Walking Dead walker with blue eyes, fairly decent teeth. So I don't know if there's speculation about who that person could be, or if it's just a stab at their similar type of marketing. And if you haven't seen it, then I guess I'll have to do some type of video and post it up there. So they don't know if it's a stab or the competition between the top two shows that are out there, or if it is a hint from The Walking Dead that maybe we're going to see a lot more walkers, and maybe it's going to be people, a little bit more detail, and people that we know. If you've seen it, you have some thoughts, you have some comments, go ahead and leave it below. I'll read a couple of your thoughts. Yeah. Jamie Taylor, I share your sentiment, but yeah. You got you. No problem. No problem. The mods are pretty good. We're just tossing out some warnings. We get a little bit emotional here. So it's called a White Walker. Yeah, I'm not a, as you guys know, I mean, I have not binged watched my Game of Thrones. Thank you. Theris Universe. Loves the vids. Keep it up. Well, I appreciate you guys being here. So, is there anyone in the stream who knows just who has the explosives? Which explosives? Are you talking about the ones that were in the truck that they didn't get to go off? What's up, Ramon? Good to see you again, man. How you been? Vonda, I don't know if the links will show up. Yeah, Lindsay, but you know, if I binge watch Game of Thrones, man, I'm gonna be so into it. It's like Walking Dead consumed me. Game of Thrones would consume me more. Hey, sorry to hear you had some rough times, man, but you're tough. You'll get through it. Hopefully everything works itself out. If the question is the explosives in the back of the truck, I did not see anybody. Yeah, I didn't see anybody take them. So the scavengers certainly could have. I mean, they were out there. There could have been some downtime when Rick and Carl were kneeling and Negan was getting ready to whack Carl. So the saviors could have taken them, or everything could have went chaotic, and I think we're just going to be hanging on that. I doubt it was all the explosives, so if I had to speculate, I'd say Rick's group still has them. But we didn't really see everybody. We didn't see all the saviors. I mean, there was a good portion of them that were kind of waiting for Negan to do his thing. The assumption is that almost everybody was there. So they weren't like looting the explosives and doing all that stuff. So if I had to guess, I'd say they're still in the truck. Logan Productions says, Killshot, do you like Fear the Walking Dead? We get that question a lot here. Here's what I'm going to say. There are some fans of Fear the Walking Dead here. There's some people that are indifferent. I'm kind of on the fence. However, the commitment I've made to all the Walking Dead fans, I'm going to watch it. We're going to discuss it afterwards. If it's a terrible season, we will just acknowledge it was a terrible season. But we're going to give it a shot. We're going to give it our best try. We're going to talk about the show. We're going to talk about the characters. So we're going to go into Fear the Walking Dead this season just like we're doing The Walking Dead. We're going to do streams. We're going to talk about it and give it a chance. I have some people that didn't like Fear the Walking Dead that have even said, Kills, if you're talking about it, we're going to give it a chance. So that's all we can ask for. Let's try it for a little bit, and then we'll make an assessment. It's too early to tell to give you an opinion of whether or not I'm going to like it. "1964 Cats." Scott Gimple is doing double time. Doesn't mean he's going to be able to save the story, but I have more faith in him than the other people that were involved prior. So we'll give it our best. I do like Preacher. So if you guys want me to do Preacher streams, we'll definitely talk about Preacher. See, Clemson, here's the thing, too. I agree with that. Clemson fan says, I couldn't get into fear. It was only the part when the apocalypse starts. I don't want to do this in any shape or form, want to sound arrogant. But here's what I'm going to say. Those of you that were on the fence with fear, do you think because we have such a great forum and we're going to talk about it, do you think that that'll help? And I'm not saying I'm going to make it a good show, but I'm saying at least if we all get together and we talk about it, will that add to the entertainment value if it's just average? If it's terrible, it's terrible. But we can get together and talk about terrible stuff. We can get together and talk about what we didn't like about a show. So if we're going to stream it and talk about it, maybe it'll make it worth watching. Because then we can watch it and look for hidden clues together. Then we can watch it and pick some things apart. Then we can watch it and talk about some of the things we like. So that's just my thought. And that's why I kind of signed on and said, as long as you guys want to do a stream, if you guys want to talk about it, I'll be here. Because sometimes we do the same thing with random things. We get together and talk about random things, and they're really weird topics, but we make it entertaining. So I'm sure, it's like, did you believe Nick just ate that freaking dog? Oh, that was disgusting. We'll figure something out to talk about. That's the way we'll do it. We'll do 2 or 3 episodes, and if it's just a really bad turnout, people hate it, nobody's watching it, then we'll just scrap it. But I do watch Preacher, so that'll be an easy stream for me to do. Larma, just that comment alone, it makes me want to just give you like a 300-second timeout just to visualize that. I won't, but don't gross me out, man, please. So Elizabeth Miller says, can you stream fear and comment real time? I don't know. Usually I like to sort of take it all in and gather my thoughts and have a little bit of a break and kind of get everybody together. Because it's also a little bit distracting for some people that are, they're watching a show with their family, especially Walking Dead. Or they got company over, they're doing a Walking Dead party. And some people, the simultaneous interaction is just not for me. And I do think we'd get limited viewership if we do that. And I'd rather just have it a set time where everybody can get involved in it. So, Theris Universe says, I've watched Fear. In my opinion, it's decent, but it's a tough compare with The Walking Dead or Game of Thrones, but would watch the streams. So we got about 100 people here. So let me just ask right now, and you can change your mind. This goes to the Fear the Walking Dead fans, the Walking Dead fans. If Fear was on this week, and I watch Fear the Walking Dead, and we do a stream afterwards, would you or would you not attend the stream? And you can be honest. No feelings hurt. If you say no, kills, I'll just wait for The Walking Dead. I'm fine with that. But let's just get like a quick, we got, almost 100 people here. Let's figure out how many people would actually watch Fear the Walking Dead stream. I think between 75 and 80% of the people in the stream are going to watch it. And because of that, I think that we'll have some interesting commentary. We'll have some interesting ideas. Remember, we're all in the same boat here. I'm just the person driving the boat. It doesn't mean, these videos are not made by necessarily what I say. They're made by what we talk about and how you guys direct the conversation. So overwhelmingly, most people are going to watch it. So, it looks like most of our normal group's going to be there. And even if you don't watch it, you'll probably, don't watch it. Hang out here for the chat. Just figure it. It's fine. Larma, if you're not here, we'll still hang out, man. We'll still have a group. So Brene says, you know what? I'll be here for the stream. But here's the thing. So out of almost everybody that said yes, there's about 4 or 5 people that said no. Some of those people will be here too. Like Larma's going to say no. Larma will be here. Larma's here for like every stream. Come on, man. Don't lie to me. It's the group. It's the power of the group. It just pulls everybody in. Just, you're curious. What are they talking about? And then who knows? We'll probably go off on some weird tangent anyway. We'll start talking about Fear the Walking Dead and something else will come up that is noteworthy. Okay, cool. See, that's what I want to see, and that's why we said that we'll do it. We'll give it a shot. All right, so we talked a little bit about the promo. You guys know how I feel about Ezekiel. I'm not getting away from Ezekiel. I just got this hunch. I can't wait to get the spoiler because I got to see if I'm right about this. I don't see Ezekiel getting back to the kingdom before people at the kingdom die. I just got this premonition. Ezekiel's out there and all this stuff happens and he gets back and he just sees this carnage. It's just playing through my head. What's up, Red? And let's go ahead because we did touch on this, but I went in a little different direction. If Judith gets kidnapped, who's gonna kidnap Judith? Just let me know. Arkham Knight says, Kills, if you were to choose one person, who would you choose from the Telltale Walking Dead? You mean to be on the show? I'd love to see Kenny. So Cherilyn Tuck says, I always listen to the stream, but it may be a day or so later. Yeah, that's all we can ask. Yeah, we got a few more people that popped in here. So if you are new, I just want to say thank you for you guys being a part of this channel, part of these streams, part of the 999 Army on Facebook. You guys just some amazing interaction. Simon. I don't know if Simon... Well, here's the thing, okay? If you would have told me Simon a few episodes back, yes, because Simon was somewhat welcome there. It ain't gonna be a savior at this point. They're not getting even within a mile of Alexander without getting shot. It's got to be somebody from the inside. I think that's why people keep going back to the concept it could be Eric. Or, maybe it is... Let's try this from a little different angle. Could be a scavenger. What if it's not somebody who is trying to do ill will to Rick? Because even for Eric, let's think about that. All right. I'm as guilty as anybody else, but I got to call out, hang on. Let me call out Moody Girl and Clemson fan. Okay, anybody, and be careful, whoever answers this, because I'm going to call you out. Whoever thinks it's Eric is going to kidnap Judith. Type it in chat. Careful what you type. whether or not you're going to be on this Team Eric kidnapping team. Just waiting for a few more responses. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of no's. I want to see the yeses. Somebody says largely possible. Hockey Man. Tobin says I think so. All right. Before we finish this stream, let me deep state there is absolutely nothing funny about that comment. And making a reference to ISIS in one of my streams is the most idiotic, most insensitive thing I've ever seen in a live stream in my life. So regardless of whether you're joking or trolling, please don't bring your stupidity and your insensitivity in a chat ever again. If you even have a follow-up comment that is remotely that stupid, I will block you. Let me just be clear with that, okay? It is completely disruptive and not even the smallest inkling of funny. Okay. Now that we've got that out of the way, and hopefully we don't go down that path again. Just don't bring it in here. This is a non-drama chat, and I just don't want to see it. Okay. Now, let's get back to the topic of Eric and some people that think it could be Eric. That is one of the most diabolical things. I don't see it happening. I can't see a scenario where Eric does that. So I'm going to shift the narrative just a little bit. And perhaps because of all the stuff going on at Alexandria, and you're going to have to, there's a lot of people that don't want Eric to be around. I understand that. I completely get it. But I think that I just don't see a scenario where Eric could take Rick's daughter and give the daughter away. You know, if you can give me a storyline where that happens, Eric's just not that evil. And I think at this point, if you pick up this little baby girl and take her and say, hey, Negan, now we're at war. That's not going to do anything positive whatsoever. So it's probably easy to sort of come off the cuff and just say it like, okay, it's going to be Eric to do that. But once we think through it, and I'll give you the benefit of the doubt, I'll say possibly we'll entertain it. I know Clem Fan, you were one that said it could be Eric. But if we debate that back and forth and you say, well, I think Eric would do it because of this or because of that, you're going to have a hard time giving me a good scenario. Okay, Eric is jealous of Aaron, but giving Judith to Negan is not going to undo anything. So I don't see a scenario where that happens. Let me give you an alternate scenario which might make a little bit more sense. What if Judith gets taken but not kidnapped directly from Alexandria? And here's my point. Judith could be back and forth, right? Enid could take Judith to Hilltop. Enid could take Judith to Alexandria. So the person back and forth, Enid, could be taken, or, as Arkham Knight just stated, Gregory. Gregory makes more sense to me, is that because we saw Judith at the Hilltop, Gregory comes back to the Hilltop, Gregory could potentially take Judith and give Judith to Negan. Much more believable to me that happens instead of Eric. So I would say Enid is going back and forth, and Enid gets hijacked, and they take Judith away from Enid, which would create a really interesting storyline with Enid, that guilt that she would have, or Gregory, being evil. So Enid or Gregory, let's get Eric out of the equation. Eric's going to go through some things, but a lot of people are talking about Eric being a traitor, and then he just wanted to be around Aaron. And so we got to take our personal goals. We want, whether it's Aaron to be more free or Aaron to fight a little bit more, and maybe we feel like Eric's holding him back, and he could be to a certain degree. But look, just based on what you know from Eric so far, he went out to Oceanside. He went out to help him fight. He was standing up there with a gun when Negan showed up. He was ready to lay it on the line like everybody else. I think at this point, we need to cut Eric a little bit of slack. Just let his character play out a little bit more. We're pushing him toward the dark side, and I don't know if he's gonna if it's gonna happen, if the writers are gonna take that bait. Well, Rial, isn't that what happened? Rial says, I can't see them sending Enid off along with Judith. Maybe she sneaks out. But isn't that what happened? How did Judith get up there in the first place? I don't think they told that storyline, but if they did, I missed it. But I thought that Enid brought Judith up there. Could have been Rick. Anyway, just throwing it out there. I'm not the authority on all things. I give some bolder suggestions because I have the microphone in front of me. It's easier for me to do that, but I'm sure I'm going to be wrong about a lot of the stuff. But at least it's good conversation topics. What's up, Simon? Yeah, Jamie, you got to go. You got to go in bold, because the first time it pops up, so I see it now. But yeah, Jamie Jordan probably said it first, but I saw somebody else type it. It doesn't matter. You don't get any points for typing it second or third, but I will call you out. So Jamie, appreciate that. But just get my attention. Just like wave your hand in front of me next time. I'm missing all the JJ comments. Shane, do you think Morgan will take... I don't know about Morgan at this point. I predicted Morgan a couple of times, and I've been wrong about Morgan. So it was Jesus that brought her up to the hilltop. Let's see. Could Negan kill Gregory if Gregory... I think if Gregory does... All right, here, let me ask Jamie. So, Jamie, what do you think Negan's response would be? You think Gregory would take Judas just to gain some points with Negan? That's right. Moody Girl's like, this is 999 Gaming. It's not a dating app. Oh, we got some sidebars going on I don't know about. I can't even stay up with all the comments. When you have this many people typing, you really can't get in the head of all the sidebars. Hey, that would be a good storyline, though. I don't know if Jamie responded to it. Gregory kidnaps Judith and then tries to play it off, and then Jesus kills Gregory for kidnapping Judith. Could see that. Yeah, Lindsay, but I think that death is saved for... I think Jesus has to kill Gregory. Tommy Sweet-Ass McCandless says he thinks it'll backfire. Eagle Eye Cherry Pie says, if Judith were mine, she wouldn't leave the safety of Alexandria unless that place was burning down. It's a good point, but, Rick is taking care of other matters, and he's taking his eye off Judith. I think he's gonna regret that. I mean, Judith is just like babysit by committee. It's Tara, it's Enid, it's whoever. You get brownie points, Jamie. You miss the bad comments and catch the love ones. I'm the opposite. I miss the love comments and I catch the bad ones. Go figure. I guess you're a optimist. I'm a pessimist. Maybe. You think Maggie might get that kill? I'm not. That's a very distinct possibility. Maggie could get that kill of Gregory. I think they got it set up where either one could get the kill because they both been a little crossed by Gregory. Logan Productions, will Heath come back? The rumor is that we're going to see Heath dead as a walker. That they'll bring closure to his character because he has other commitments. Sin Miller says, hey, you know what? Maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll have the, we got 999 Gaming, 999 Sports. We could do 999 Dating. The Love Line. You know what? I'm not even getting started with that. It's going to open up a whole different can of worms. All right. We are 1 hour into the stream. Time freaking flies. So I just want to say thanks to all of you. As you guys know, it's a practice here. We don't get too much into outside topics because this is a little bit of a sanctuary for some of us. We definitely don't get political, but definitely, with all the things going on in the world, I do just want to take a second and say, our thoughts and prayers are for people, any victim that is wronged in any way, and hopefully everybody's got a heavy heart for the people over on the other side of the ocean. I know some of my fans are from that area, so our thoughts and prayers are with everybody. The world's a place that is not always understood. That's why I said I'm not going to get into any of it. But thank you for all your support, and thank you for everything that you guys do. And hug somebody that you care about and let them know that they are important to you. And all of you guys are extremely important to me, so I want to give super shout outs and say thank you for everything that you guys do. If you want to shout out, leave it in the comments right now, and we'll catch up to everybody. And as a reminder, we will be back live Sunday morning, Chill with Kills, and also Sunday night for live streams. So thank you. I'll try to get everybody if I can. If I miss you, I'm sorry. I can't get to everybody. Sometimes I forget. So I want to say what's up to Jamie Taylor, Arkham Knight, Kentucky Pricer, Northside Queen, Sharon Doble, Weird Walking Dead Theories, Sin Miller, thank you for being here, Clemson Fan 96, 1964 Cats, Cyber CC, Shanny D, Little Michonne, Tommy Sweetass McCandless, Red Elastic 98, thank you, J Will 1000, Vonda Martin, AJ Jepson in the house, 43 Hockey Man, thank you. If this is your first stream, hopefully we entertained you. You'll come back. Charlin Tuck, Theros Universe, thank you for being here. Fernando Corona. Who else we got? Moody Girl. Thank you for being here, Moody Girl. Also to Dark Angel. What's up, Dark Angel? Good to see you. Larma Carter. Simon Pelletier. Joshua Fett. What's up, Josh? Also Jude 417. Israel Marion. Eric Calburn. Rick Grimes. Been a subscriber for 2 years. Rick Grimes. That is amazing. Thank you for being here. Kel says smile. Thank you for being here, Kel. Logan Productions. Kristen McBride, good night to you. Thank you for being here. Appreciate everything that you guys do. Mashing Monsters. Who else we got? Tobin McLeod, always a pleasure. Tobin is here almost every stream. Appreciate you being here. Glenda Batista. Jamie Jordan. JJ, I miss all her comments. I miss all her great theories. That's okay. You're still the best. Who else we got here? Brene is here. Rebecca from Texas, Carmen Trance, Sharon Doble, I think I already gave you a shout out. If I didn't, well, if I did, there's a second one. Lindsay Luke, thank you for being here, being a part of the 999 family. Ramon, appreciate you being here as well. Who else we got? We got By Design Media is here. Emmy Desiree Bacon, bringing home the bacon. Thank you for being here, Emmy. Sassy Cat, appreciate you being here. Steph Richardson. Ellie Valentine, appreciate you being here. You have a good night as well. Shane Galmond. Gene Atkins, appreciate it. I won't get a comic book read tonight. It's unlikely. But I will definitely get a comic book read for you guys tomorrow. A lot of good stuff going on with the comics. I'm really getting pumped up about what's going to happen next. Alex Cameron, thank you for being here, Alex. Ria, appreciate you being here. Enjoy the rest of your week as well. Brooke Wright, thank you for being here, Brooke. Pleasure. And you know what? I think I've gotten almost all of the shout-outs. I'm doing well tonight. So if I've missed you, if you haven't heard your name, if you guys could just leave it in chat right now. I think I'm doing pretty well here. Trevor, do I think Ezekiel will die? I do think Ezekiel will die this season. But I think it's going to be late in the season. Eagle Eye Cherry Pie, save tonight. Every time I see your name, that's what I think about. That's like the only song I know by Eagle Eye Cherry. Rick Irving, what's going on? Sassy Cat appreciates the videos. I appreciate you watching the videos and being a part of the videos. Take on me, take on me. That's all I can do for you. That whole time frame was about like Aha. Aha reminds me like of a whole group of music like Dexy's Midnight Runners, like Come on Eileen, oh I swear, or what else? Flock of Seagulls. I ran so far away, I couldn't get away. It's like, you can think of like one song and just remind you like a whole time period of songs, and it just sort of, I don't know, I think like that. Maybe that's not the right way to think, but that's just kind of the way it happens. Kathy Joe, thank you. I didn't give you a shout out either. I thought I said I did. You know what? I'm going to say what's up to Steph Richardson again, but at about 4 minutes ago, I think I shouted out. That's right. See, somebody called it. Liz Nelson, thank you for being here. Lindsay's been listening to a lot of oldies. Like what? Sitting in the morning sun, I'll be sitting till the evening comes, watching the ships roll in, then I'll watch them roll away again. There you go. I'm sitting in the dock of a bay. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate 8C. I missed a shout-out for you. If you didn't get a shout-out at this point, it's probably your fault because I've done a lot of shout-outs and you should have typed faster. I won't hate you, but next time, leave it earlier so I can just send out a shout-out to everybody. Appreciate everything that you guys do, and we'll catch you on the next stream. You guys have a wonderful night, and hopefully just a fantastic end to your week. Talk to y'all soon. Culture Club? Like Boy George Culture Club? Hang on, I was walking out the door there. And now I'm not going to go like, do you really want to hurt me? Do you really want to make me? If I sing Culture Club, you'll yeah. On a dark desert highway, cool wind in my hair, warm smell of colitas rising up through the air. Up ahead in the distance, I saw a shimmering light. My head grew heavy and my sight grew dim. I had to stop for the night. There you go. I could definitely do Hotel California. They need to make Hotel California into a rap song or anything by the Eagles. Or Joe Walsh. Yeah. I'm surprised more people don't talk about the Eagles as like one of the best. I mean, Eagles are freaking amazing. Hotel California is your dad's song? Dun, 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 dun. Da, 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 da. Okay. All right. Sorry, Carol McFry. All right. I'm done. You guys got me thinking about the Eagles. I could listen to that all night long. Thanks, everybody. I am out for real. Diane Estes. There's a shout out I missed. All right, Diane. Okay. Talk to you guys all later. Peace. Thanks.